Jessica Ma hears a similar sentiment from founders on a regular basis. AI is changing how people build, and it's happening fast. Teams are rethinking their workflows, experimenting with new tools, and figuring out how to stay effective with fewer resources. She sees it in the stream of business ideas she reviews and in the ongoing conversations she has with other entrepreneurs in both New York and San Francisco, where she spends most of her time. Those discussions allow her to see, firsthand, how founders are adapting in real time. As someone who has been building from a young age, Ma knows what it feels like to adapt. In middle school, she ran a six-figure business creating premium gaming computers for classmates, drawn to the challenge of building something high-end. At programming camp, she ended up on winning teams and once assembled a computer in under 3 minutes. Through those early experiences, she realized just how much she enjoyed technology, being creative, and working alongside people who were energized by the same kinds of projects. Her passion brought her to UC Berkeley, where she studied computer science. She has co-founded more than 10 companies, which collectively are valued in the hundreds of millions. In the years that followed, she led multiple teams as a CEO and received recognition from Inc., Forbes 30 Under 30 and Fast Company's most creative people in business. She also became the youngest woman accepted into Y Combinator in 2010, the youngest to join YPO in 2013, and the youngest graduate of Harvard Business School's President's Program in 2024. Through all of it, she has learned that founders who stay honest with themselves tend to navigate unpredictable periods more effectively than those who try to outrun the uncertainty. When Ma reflects on the lessons she has carried into her work today, many of them trace back to one realization. Doing too much at once makes it easy to lose sight of what actually matters. Earlier in her career, she stretched herself thin by trying to take on too many projects at once. Eventually, she saw how unsustainable that was and began concentrating solely on the concepts she felt strongest about. Mahway, the venture creation company she founded, grew directly from that decision. Instead of backing outside ventures, the company builds new ones from the ground up, focusing on areas like fintech, biotech, AI, and litigation finance. Narrowing her scope was not a step back for her, but a decision to choose the right problems instead of all the possible ones. Her team's goal is to create companies that last, something she believes requires focus and thoughtful execution. Ma has spent the past decade leading teams, serving on startup boards, and supporting founders through different stages of growth. As a leader, she believes in meeting people with encouragement and support and creating a space where challenges can be discussed openly instead of avoided. Her instinct is to coach rather than critique, and she often compares her approach to that of a third-grade softball coach working with young athletes. If she gives feedback, she ensures the person knows it's from a place of care, not anger. She also asks her team members about their long-term life goals, not out of mere curiosity, but to help them work toward the future they want. To her, impact is all about the people she works with. If she sees them learning, growing, and stepping into bigger and more interesting roles that they are genuinely excited about, that alone feels like success. She's found that to turn bold ideas into durable companies, the people building them need to feel supported and energized by the direction. Momentum, however, is never promised. Jess Ma learned that during the earliest months of the COVID-19 pandemic, when her company faced several problems all at once. Customers began shutting down, operational issues intensified, and layoffs became unavoidable. In the midst of these challenges, her boyfriend also passed away. Carrying both grief and responsibility at the same time turned it into one of the toughest periods of her life. Still, she pressed on, demonstrating her commitment to the customers who hadn't gone out of business, the other employees who relied on her, and the investors who were backing her. She believed strongly in the mission she was working toward and continued to push forward. Those experiences fundamentally changed how she handled the day-to-day responsibilities of being a founder. Today, caring for her mental and physical health is non-negotiable, and she prioritizes it through meditation, exercise, and getting at least 8 hours of sleep at night. Even when everything seems to be falling into place, she makes a conscious effort to stay humble and encourages young entrepreneurs in the tech space to do the same. In her experience, the times when someone feels like they're excelling are exactly when humility is most important, and if they don't choose it, the universe usually will. Despite everything she has accomplished professionally, Ma's personal relationships remain the grounding force she relies on most. She leans heavily on the people closest to her, including her friends, family, and boyfriend, finding comfort in the way they show up for her through life's high and low points. The future that excites Ma most is one shaped by constant AI development. Every week she reviews new business ideas and sees entire fields evolving faster than people can keep up with. She's especially energized by the areas that feel wide open right now, including women's health, AI compliance, the future of work, insurtech, and fintech. Each of these areas, in her view, holds significant room for opportunity as AI becomes more deeply integrated into everyday operations. Going forward, she plans to stay much more focused than she was earlier in her career. In the past, she moved in too many directions at once. Now, every future venture she works on will be AI native from the very beginning, and she looks for people who feel equally excited about AI's possibilities. There is one change she hopes to see in the startup space. Founders often face enormous pressure that goes unaddressed, and she wants mental health to become a bigger priority for the industry as a whole. After experiencing this herself, she believes supporting founders themselves is just as important as supporting the companies they lead. When she imagines someone searching her name 10 years from now, Jess Ma hopes they find someone who built companies with great people, created a fun culture, supported women founders, and contributed meaningfully to numerous fields. More than anything, she hopes her career shows that a fulfilling personal life can coexist with a meaningful professional one.